copyright Mr. Beast for living on a prayer. Just saying that.
I mean, you did that part yourself, so
You right.
I didn't you get copyright struck because of the song
Careless Whisper.
Buddha sang?
I never sent that to YouTube. That was all Twitch.
Yeah.
By
And
the way,
then
you might want to update your game and your title.
Did I not?
It's nope, just a
Okay. Like
it just took a minute.
Oh yeah, I should probably like get into the game, huh?
Nah, it's fine.
nah. We
I'm
good.
like, I'm missing something here. I've got the Discord open. What else is there to be?
I mean, we could do this old school and just roll dice on our tables here. Have our camera pointed at them.
No,
Everything went
not doing
fine.
that.
Don't worry about it.
You swear so many rules I fudged.
But
Surprisingly, none.
I was gonna say we did have that conversation on. Was it Friday? Yeah, it was Friday.
About
Yesterday.
what?
About terrible DMs.
Oh yeah. Oh man. And that wasn't even the end of it. I was so mad that fucking break was over when I really got when I got back to my desk because I was like, no wait, I remember all these other stories.
It was just people. I was sharing about reading stories from people about how the DMs just hated when players did anything interesting because it
Oh, because
ruined
they're not
their
following the
story.
script.
Yeah. No, like the one that really set me off was this one from a bit ago where um, there's a guy summoning a demon or something that's pretty far away, and the DM thinks that no one can make it there, but this monk has ridiculous speed and is able to make it just to the edge of the summoning circle before the actual summoning is finished, and is like, can I knock over the candles and screw up the summon in some way? And the DM literally responds with, no, that would ruin my plan for the fight. Rather than making some shit up about how it could play out. Like, sure, you succeeded in doing something, and here's how that affects things, and it still ends up being the exact same fight. You could do that. That's your prerogative as the DM.
yeah,
They literally just say like, nope, you can't do it because I don't want it.
I guess my thought, like just off of that, is maybe it's like 25% like less hit points, or like slightly weaker in some way, but still goes through.
Yeah, or like it kills the guy who's performing the summoning, but it still summons the thing. You got one less thing to worry about, but you still have the fight happening. Like, there's
That
so
was-
many ways that you could deal with it, and the person's just like, no, not allowed.
honestly, that was my initial thought. Was just, yeah, okay. He gets the summons off. It rampages, kills him, and just goes on a fucking rampage, berserk style. And now the players have to deal with a fucking rampaging demon that's been let loose in the world. Good job.
Yeah, so many ways, and it was just so frustrating to read that the DM like defended their actions. Like, no, because this is my part of the story that I'm telling. Okay, cool. Tell it in a fun way that involves the players. Then nothing stops you from having fun with it, unless you're just
Someone
being
with control
unimaginative.
issues.
Oh yeah,
My
No.
my philosophy also always was is DM makes the world, the players makes the story.
eh. I gotta disagree with that a bit. DM helps with the story, but the players do too.
Yeah, because you as the DM still have to put the road pieces in front of the players. Like, it's like that. I think of it more akin to like the machines that place the tracks down in front of the train. Like, that's the DM just slamming track down and hoping they get the right track piece to fit.
I think of it more like Mad Libs. The DM writes the most of the sentence, and the players fill in the adjectives and stuff.
Well, like, the one of the things, like, as a player, you want to get to the goal as efficiently as possible, or the character wants to get to the goal as efficiently as possible, but the player wants to have the fun in between. So it's this weird, like, you don't want to go the full long winding route around, but you want to have that medium route that's kind of, yeah, it's weird. Like, it's that To the players, it's a straight line from point A to point B, and it's the shortest route. Or to the characters, it's that. But to the players, it's, you know, this bend and twists and turns and arcs and things.
Oh, fun.
What's happening?
Shaw had to leave the building.
What?
The fire alarm went off.
Oh shit.
Nice.
Okay.
Like I hope there's not fire.
I was surprised that he was letting us ramble for so long.
Right.
I was wondering too. But I thought I also heard a cat, so I was like,
No, that's Binks. He's on the other side of my door screaming his head off.
Like I hope there's no fire. I hope it was just like a kid that pulled it, not really thinking. Which
Yeah,
is
that's stupid.
That's
Or
a
a
lot of
homeless
animals that
person.
they have to deal with.
Yeah.
Yeah. 4 cats, 2 snakes, 1 hedgehog, a lizard, several snails, frogs, and fish.
Dang, oh, I didn't know you had that much.
They have
yeah, yeah.
They have a petting zoo that they call an apartment.
They need a bigger apartment.
They need a second apartment for he and Elle to live in, and then the animals get their own.
Oh, so like the gun runners.
I don't know that reference.
Actually, like it's here. A lot of people who buy high caliber weapons or weapons that you need a special permit for, half of that is you lose the right to consensual searches of your house. So what a lot of people do is live in one house, keep all the guns in the house that is technically in their name. That way they can only search the house that's in their name, and that's where they keep all the legal guns and stuff.
So the illegal guns they keep in a separate house.
Pretty much.
I don't know how that
Keep
is
in the house they actually live
related
in.
to like
Yeah.
needing a second apartment for themselves.
Having 2 places, one for
The
one
animals.
thing, one for the
Get
other
a
thing.
bigger place, considering the pets aren't illegal.
I mean, that's fair too. I just think it would be funnier if they had an apartment that was entirely the animals'
I also
apartment.
think that'd be more expensive, given they live in a part of the state that's just stupid expensive.
Oh no, I agree with you on that. It would be way more expensive and absolutely ridiculous.
Where's my water bottle? Did I fill that up when I got here?
Expensive living in one apartment.
Right?
I'm gonna go fill up this water bottle since we had a chance.
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna fill my water and grab a snack while we wait for Shaw to come back.
This is probably gonna take a while. Gotta make sure everything's fine. Or depending on how long the fire department gets there.
Depending on how things go, this might get interesting tonight.
I'm already prepared for this. If you look at in-character chat, the looks that Katie McGrath makes, that will be my compensated being. Ready, prepared, mentally. Just be like, God damn it.
How do I save this?
Okay.
My write-up for Unseen Passage, it was poorly formatted, and I've been meaning to fix it for a while.
To shop for my next clothes. Oh, and shoplifting, someone using spiders to make their fucking outfit.
Best, when does your trip start?
I don't know.
I didn't
Fair
plan
enough.
it.
After you get back to work,
Okay, so you'll be there next week, but not the week after that.
the 28th is when we fly out, so the 27th is my last day.
Are you starting your 2 months?
Am I starting my 2 months? No.
Oh, you just took months.
Yeah, I'm taking a month off.
Nice. I'm sure you've accumulated a bunch of like PTO.
No.
No? Isn't health insurance? Doesn't that get taken out of your paycheck like when you come back?
The only PTO would be like the sick time, and that's only up to a week. Which I technically could use, I suppose, but I can't really argue that it's for health reasons. Mental health vacation.
I
There we
would
go.
say that. I would make
But
the
no.
argument too because working at Nintendo caused so much stress for me that I had alopecia, so I would 100% use it.
Hey, maybe I can use that as an excuse. That's why I'm going bald. No, they offered me to start my 2 months then, and I was like, no, that's honestly a terrible idea because I'm going to be out of the country for a month, and
Oh,
I
and you can't
legally
get
can't get
unemployment.
employment for that,
Yeah.
which means that I would be coming back after a month and then applying for unemployment for a month, or I could just come back to work after that month and not deal with unemployment. And they're like, I suppose that does make sense. Also, I don't have to be retrained because I'm only gone for a month rather than 2, and that is much easier.
Yeah.
That explains why I got asked if I had any vacations planned when I first come back.
They were just like, we don't want to deal with this again.
Yeah, pretty much.
Alright, bet.
It's my 10-year anniversary. I'm
Oh,
really
yeah.
special for it.
Yeah, it was funny when I first talked to them when I was they're signing paperwork again. She was just like, "Do you have any vacations planned?" I'm like, "Vacations? Who the fuck are you talking to?" And she's like, "I'm
Hey, Rose.
just trying to make sure." I'm like,
I went to go use the restroom, as
2
usual.
months is enough, thanks.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because I am going on my month off there, and you're coming back, and Money's coming back the same day, and on top of that, they extended route through the end of the year. So it's not like our team's going to be down. Everyone should be there for the month that I am gone, other than me.
You're so valuable that they're just like, we're fucked.
I am totally not, and sometimes it seems like they think I am, and I don't get it.
Okay, now that I
Well,
won't
I'm
be able to
back.
hear you guys.
Nope. Never mind.
No, I can hear you.
Oh.
I was making a joke about the ringing in my fucking ear now.
Ah,
I mean, it's probably
No, I
worth
just never
all
heard
your
anybody.
caps.
So it turns out, like one of the people that came through was like, "Oh yeah, I just burned some food." Fucking me and Ellen, a couple of the other neighbors were like, "We've set up like, if we take a shower and like open the door too soon after it's dissipated and leave it, that turns on our fucking fire alarm thing. So how the fuck, like, what the fuck did you burn that set off the entire building's fire alarm?"
It was probably a lot of smoke.
yeah.
No.
It
Turns
wasn't?
out what she was telling us was not correct, because what she told the fire department was that she freaked out and pulled the fire alarm.
Dumbass.
Yeah.
Jesus. You know what's funny about
Okay.
fire
anyway.
alarms? Go ahead.
Also, I'm glad the cats didn't eat my food. That was also great.
Nice.
Also glad they didn't burn to death.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess.
Yes.
Speaking of food, Sun Chips has a black bean chip out now, and it's really tasty.
That
Ooh.
sounds delicious.
I want to try that.
Does it have a decent amount of protein?
Are
Yeah, I
you
can't really
checking?
have chips anymore.
High blood pressure?
How come?
I have no idea. but they tasted good.
It
Try
doesn't
doing
stay
the
on
whole
the
keto
bag.
thing.
Ah,
There are chips you can have.
There are chicken
Well,
chips.
only chips I found I can have right now is pork rinds.
There's
Chirp
Quest
chips, probably.
chips. The
There's
Quest
what?
chips are mostly like protein.
Had my wife look them up. 'Cause that's one thing I'm craving is some crunchy, man.
yeah.
Yeah, wild with an E. I honestly don't know if they're completely keto friendly because they probably have sugar in them and stuff, but they're sugar and egg and bone broth stuff. I think that's the main ingredients. Sorry, chicken, egg, and bone broth.
Like,
So gelatin powder.
Yeah, I
It
just
goes
had
Gotcha.
right
sugar
there
in
in
the
the bag.
brain. But they have a chicken and waffles flavor, which I see all the time, as well as some other like more realistic flavors that would probably be fine.
look at them.
Quest chips have like 5 grams of carbohydrates.
Oh, I
It
was on
has
mute.
like 19 grams of protein.
Also-
I'm getting most of my carbs are coming and stuff in the morning with my coffee, just with the daggone creamer and stuff. Let's see, at least with my sugars, things like that. If I want to have a coffee with creamer, that's about all I can have for the day.
Sorry, Shaw. Just a
No, you're
stress.
fine. Hey, if you want to waste gameplay time, that's on you.
Also, the chirp chips are keto friendly.
I know.
Oh, look at them, dude.
They're crickets.
Nope.
I've ate crickets before.
Same.
Same.
One.
Mine were very bitter.
Mine tasted like licorice. I think they might have been flavored with anise, but I don't know for sure.
First, we put them over the campfire with barbecue sauce on them.
What the fuck? There we go. Not that.
Okay.
Oh, nice. Ooh. Loaded taco.
Whenever you're ready, Shaw.
I'm waiting for everybody else to be ready. This is entertaining.
I'm
We all good?
Get it?
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna take your silence as compliance.
I don't think that works in certain areas.
In this one, it definitely does. All right, so the beginning of this session, because obviously this session is going to be shorter than normal, due to people. In addition to that, Chris will not be joining us this week. We'll play it that he was. I don't know. He fell asleep. He had an old man nap or something like that. It doesn't. We'll figure it out later. But I do believe there are still some people that need to figure out their clothing montage and go shopping or some shit. So if I remember correctly, Cole was texting Corin about finding some appropriate clothing for this endeavor to go meet Baron LaRosa at her club.
I think I just sent him the location. It's right here.
It was something like that. Like that, he was asking what kind of shindig this was gonna be, and you were like, "Here's the location. Figure it out for yourself," basically, right?
Yep. I'm pretty sure that's
Alright.
what I did.
So, what all have you come up with, or do we want to actually go through it?
I would like to find a place where I can get a nice suit with, like, what was it, red and black?
It's
Those
a
are
red
colored.
and black vest
Yeah.
and tie with like
Yeah, black shirt,
red vest, red tie, and then black coat.
That is not a black shirt. Okay, you put black shirts, and I'm like, what?
So he's dressing like Majima in the suit. Got it.
Yeah, sure.
Actually, I think his shirt might be red. But the rest of it is mostly black.
Preferably with the paisley pattern.
You get no paisley.
Do you even have money for that?
Yeah, actually, do you have money for that? Because you did say a nice suit, and a nice suit in Seattle, in this day and age, probably going to run you about $3 to $4 grand for just a basic setup with little to no tailoring. And in 20-ish years, probably going to go up another grand or so.
Grand?
So how much money are you rocking? Yeah, dude, suits in this area are fucking expensive, dog.
Oh no, I was saying for the
Grand.
inflation. I was gonna say it was gonna be like 1,500 or 15,000.
I mean, yeah, that's fair.
Money wise, I don't actually know.
Wow. So how are you
Like-
going to obtain the suit?
I never expected myself to be super poor, considering I do have fame at the level I have it.
There are a lot of poor famous people.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
Albie Osborne, how you doing this? Like, I'm not even 100% convinced you're a real vampire that got turned into a vampire by another vampire. I think you just did so many fucking drugs that the universe was like, fuck it, you're a vampire now. Kind of like Ozzy Osbourne.
I accept this.
With this, I may be like the second richest here in all technicality.
Second or third. I think it's kind of debatable between you and Bourne. Bourne's wealth isn't necessarily her own.
I'm a sugar
Eh.
baby.
And my wealth isn't necessarily like full monetary. It's kind of credit.
Well, that's still wealth. That doesn't mean, like, wealth is a collection of everything that you have that has value.
Resources too.
Yeah, everything that has value. You have access to.
Now he's saying that he is resources too.
Yeah.
How much does that mean that he has?
Oh, no, really, you come up
Thank
with
you,
so many
Solus.
really fucking dumb sound bites that I just assumed you were being stupid here. Alright, let's pick it up.
I honestly can't be mad at that. You're right.
Yeah. And yes, that was a jab at you for the other day. Oh. Like, let me know when you're ready to go. Yeah. Like, wait, was that yeah that you're ready to go, or that yeah you're gonna tell me?
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes you feeling better? I think I'm also dumb. I have no idea what the fuck I put my time into.
Hang on, I got him.
Well, at least you're.
That'd be in the core book.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see here. Resources. What is that? That is a trait.
If you're new, middle class, nice apartment or small house, several cars, high-end equipment, is what it says when you click on resources.
We never established,
If
like,
you
fully
click on
established my
resources?
resources.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you click on it in the feature section,
Yeah.
It tells you
doesn't
what
do
you-
shit.
I
this
think
is
you have
weird.
to put that in
Yeah, I think you probably typed that in.
Oh, I didn't set up this though.
That helped you set it up.
Yeah.
Like, give me a second. I'm doing a search for it. Haven resources. Okay, 3 dots.
Yeah, we never solidified my resources. I know that.
I put so in the
Resources.
Chronicle
Okay.
chat.
You're middle class.
Yeah.
Nice apartment or small house, several cars, high-end equipment.
Okay, I don't have a car to have several, so I feel like buying a suit here isn't that big a deal.
We'll assume
From
you
middle
sold
class?
your car.
I lived in England. No.
That car tax.
Like,
Duped.
like he got $10 for it after tax.
I think that also depends how we define middle class in Seattle.
Middle class is considerably higher in Seattle than most of the other regions. I mean, you have your big players, obviously, like New York and LA, which are considerably higher as well. But middle class right now in Seattle city limits, you're looking at starting middle class, like lower middle class, about 100 to 125K a year.
It's saying here because the Second Inquisition has closed down many Kindred bank accounts, but Kindred hold their resources in cash, gold, narcotics, guns, and slaves. So maybe you trade a bag of dope for it or something like that.
I mean, he does have a constant steady supply of drugs, so I believe he's got the money for a suit.
Do you have to?
No.
Yeah, I thought your character didn't do that shit.
Who's the one that does drugs?
My character does
Zolan.
drugs.
I do. All right. So I knew somebody did drugs. I just can't remember who.
Well, this is all us trying to figure out if he's able to buy a suit shop.
If I'm unable to allocate enough funds to it, I will use my fame and looks.
Ow. Yeah, you're not getting away from this one.
And I take a.
I will happily try and seduce the person that's selling me a suit.
Offer an autograph.
You have level 4 fame, right?
Yeah.
So everybody who even vaguely cares about social trends or your field knows something about you. So use that to your advantage.
Yeah. So if with my luck though, I'm gonna get like the one dude, the Taylor suit that never listened to music a day in his life and just
You're gonna get the
absolutely-
120-year-old woman that doesn't.
Yeah, she's just gonna be like, music is for the devil, including classical. Yes, especially Beethoven. Ah, fuck.
I would love to see this play out.
Right?
Let's go.
I will try and use my fame and be like, look, this is for a big dinner. I will make sure that there are plenty of pictures taken of me in your suit.
And tweet about it. Remember, you gotta remember.
Yeah, and I'll get on the X Twitters.
Tender.
Sure.
If you want X Twitter, it's Tinder, right?
I thought Twitter was now X or whatever.
Yeah, it's not X Twitter. X Twitter is the porn Twitter. Duh.
Oh, alright.
Yeah,
sure.
using your own fucking words against me. Anyway, sorry. Okay, so let's see. Gonna use your fame. That's fine. How the fuck do I make you use your fame?
That's a great
What
question.
the fuck did I
Sauce?
just do?
Social? I forget what the stats are in this one.
Let's see
I will
here.
happily use charisma as well.
Okay, so I think what I'm gonna have you do is you're gonna do performance with charisma, and your modifier is going to be +4 to account for your fame points.
Okay.
And because I've not done this before, I'll look it up later, and if it needs to be done differently, then we'll do it differently after this game.
Okay.
But that's just how I'm gonna run it through it. Okay, you convinced him. I'm not even fucking rolling against that. Fuck you. I don't give a shit. Somehow this motherfucker takes you at your goddamn word that some fucking YouTube A-lister fucking influencer came in here and was like, yo dog, let me take a selfie in your fucking suit. And he's like, you know what? Just fucking take it.
You should roll against it. You'll get all successes.
Alright, fine. I will fucking roll against him. Oh, boy fucking howdy, he bestial failure that shit.
Shit.
So now you're just dealing with a ravenous motherfucker that wants to suck the blood straight out of your dick. How does that make you feel?
Carousal?
Fuck you!
Oh.
So I actually managed to find that, like, dealing with fame as in dice roll stuff in the book just accidentally, and what they recommend doing is subtracting from the difficulty side for each point.
Kind of what you did.
Yeah, no, like it absolutely works. Just for the future, if you need something to do, that's what they recommend.
So, tell you to put in -4 in difficulty? Or I have to -4 from my difficulty check?
That-
From your difficulty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From your
Oh.
difficulty.
Okay.
I mean, it also says do whatever the fuck you want. It's your game, so you know.
Well, I mean, yes, it literally does say that, so.
Yeah.
Alright, well, my way achieves the same exact fucking result at the end of it, so fuck it.
I'm good with it. I mean, I'm also
We're
sitting on 9 successes, and probably the coolest successes I'll ever get, and it's for a goddamn suit.
And you have no idea how happy that makes me.
Like the rest of your rolls, you get absolutely fail.
Like, I appreciate the win after being shown up scientifically by fucking pigeon.
I'm never gonna fucking let that go.
I'm not.
Oh, just you fucking weird. Anyway, on a more serious note, in addition to granting you the suit, he does, bring you into the back to fit it properly and make some quick adjustments just to make sure everything sits quite nicely because, he wants to make sure that you're representing his company as best as you possibly can, especially considering that this is one of the only tailors in the entire fucking state that is open this late. So it's kind of weird that he's putting in this many hours, but it doesn't really matter because he's giving you a suit and he's custom tailoring it to you. Congratulations, you are now suited up and you even have Paisley because fuck you. Except the problem is everything's Paisley. So there's like embroidered Paisley on like the inside and the outside. Now even your underwear has Paisley on it. Alright. We got Solon taken care of. We got John taken care of because he already dresses relatively nicely in the first place. Unless there's something that you guys want to do.
Well, I've already discussed with you what I want to do. This is how we're going to do it.
We'll get to it. So what about John?
I'm good. I think. Like,
Okay.
I'm just in the suit because I'm still with Corn. Yeah, I'm still at their
So you
apartment.
didn't leave my house.
Yeah, I stayed. I stayed the night unless we already moved on somehow.
My assumption is that instead of like actually sleeping on the couch, he just laid like face planted in front of the couch and then Rachel sat on the couch, put her legs up on top of John's back, and then passed out like that.
She a dominatrix now? What the fuck?
Well, technically,
Like a footstool, yeah.
Now?
I mean, she has the strength to hold you back at least for a minute.
But no, I do remember Lana saying that her like rooms had secret compartments to keep
she
out the sun.
wanted more protection on the off chance that the safety measures of the windows got fucked.
What doggo?
So my character has a bed.
That was painted over.
Bad.
Yeah, you got her bad. though.
No, I messaged Shaw and I was like, I asked for a replacement for all of this shit. I also sent the little fucking painting shit that. What's her name? I just imagine her as Ada Wong at this point. What's her?
Liliana?
Yeah. Sent her fucking painting back to her along with like a Raven plushie. Be like, here you go. Well played. Although I think I sent someone else to do those for me because I was gonna deal with that shit personally.
She has a new pot and a new takodachi.
Yeah.
If Randy survives.
We'll see.
I did tell him to go during the day.
Okay, Lily's Cammy. Do you have anything else other than what you have posted in the character chat?
You muted?
Sorry, I had something going on. What's up?
Is there anything other than what you had posted in the in-character chat that you wanted to do before venturing off?
No, I mean, I'm not sure if you saw in the Foundry thing, I rolled a rouse check for using the unseen passage to shoplift the nice clothes.
I did not see that. Thank you for directing my attention. You succeeded. In fact, I would even go so far as to say you probably snuck in while Cole was getting tailored and took one of the suits from behind him and just kind of left while he was absolutely enamored with Cole.
I mean, that would have made a lot more sense. I was figuring I just went somewhere cheap. Was like, let's play the suits. I'm not getting something that fits me. I'm just going like.
Stole from the thrift store.
Nah, like. Trying to think of somewhere that's like slightly classier in clothes than like Walmart, but not like White Men's Warehouse. Yeah, Nordstrom Rack. That's perfect.
Alright, that works too. Cool. Alright, so that is everybody. So, well, with the exception of Rachel, she puts on a fire red fucking dress, does her hair up a little bit, and basically just kind of howls around. Okay, so, last call for anything before everybody meets up at the actual club.
Wouldn't we have to pick them up because no one else drives besides Rachel?
Yes. That's why I'm giving out a last call, because there are several people who are not in your apartment right now.
Yeah, like Kian can drive, but doesn't. Also isn't here.
Okay, that fucking hoodie is goddamn adorable.
Right?
Alright, I'm gonna take that as a no. So Rachel is going to ferry everybody around and pick you guys up from because Cole and Cammy, you had gone back to the museum, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
I was back in the museum too, I believe, wasn't I?
Yeah.
Hello, Rudy.
So she is going to drive up and text you guys, all three of you, like, "Hey, I'm here. Meet me
Oh.
outside."
Oh, can I check to see if there was a package left for me at the museum?
You very likely have enough time.
If there was,
What-
I'll just bring it out to him.
Are you considering everything that happens for right now as one scene?
Yes, effectively. So
Okay.
I'm gonna get to you before we take
Okay.
off to the thing. So, Guri, you're gonna have to remind me: is there anything in particular you wanted in this package, in addition to some of the other random shit that I'm giving you?
Just to see if the barrel for the 50 cal got replaced yet, and how's your leg, by the way? uh, I forget. Medical supplies was the other
Right.
thing I asked for.
Okay, yes, both are there. In addition to that, there is a 18 pack of Trident Spearmint gum that has one pack missing, so there's actually only 17 packs, but it's still in the cellophane wrapper as though it should be 18. There is also one Kevlar plate. It is an unmarked Kevlar plate at that.
Alright. I read out my
And-
notepad.
The last thing is a Zippo lighter with no lighter fluid, just the Zippo lighter as if it was bought new and taken out of the packaging and thrown into the box. And it has on the back of it, you know, that really generic heart tattoo with mom on the scroll in front of it? You know, that really generic fucking tattoo? That's a sticker on the side of the Zippo.
Alright. So. Supplies.
There's one last thing for when you're done typing.
Here. Oh. Alright. What's the last thing?
The last thing is a folded up piece of paper.
Alright. I think you're gonna send that to me.
Nope. Make you open it right now and describe it to you.
Alright.
Because I can't draw for shit. So when you open it up, it is an ink blotch drawing as though a octopus or a squid stuck the tip of its tentacle in ink and then slapped the page, and then it was folded up and sent off.
Alright. I have so many more questions now. Including from the first package. But yeah.
Yeah, it'll be like that.
But yeah, I just put the note in my pocket and go, I guess.
Alright.
Oh yeah, and you all have that information from the text message, right? Or at least someone should have shared it.
Message.
Which
What now?
text message?
Hold on, it's in the chat thing.
The scream.
Yeah, that too, but the in-care chat. I sent it to someone telling them to share it.
Oh, I was looking at the wrong chat.
Yeah, okay. I sent it to Rem's character.
Okay, the Cole.
Yeah. But I can put it in the chat real quick.
Yes, please do.
Yeah. I'm going to do that. There you go. This is from when I asked about the Ink Tribe. I forwarded that to Cole with the note share.
Oh,
Where
that
did
one,
you
right.
send it?
The Epistle Eternal. It's in the Chronicle voice channel chat. They fought the Duwamish tribe before Seattle was founded. They are a Lasombra subclan. They are supposed to be dead. The prince killed their queen. Okay, so, and that's everything you're going to take care of before hopping in the van and checking out?
Yeah, I guess I put all the weapon parts back in that suitcase and bring it with me for the
Okay.
50 cal.
Sounds good.
I don't know if
So
I got.
you have,
I don't know if I got a scope in that. I do remember asking for one.
yes.
Okay.
I forgot about you asking for that. You have reminded me. You definitely have it.
All right.
So you have basically a complete or a recomplete sniper rifle in your briefcase, right?
Yes.
Cool. Okay, cool. Are you doing anything other than bringing John that package before hopping into it?
No.
All right, cool. So you just hopped in the van with whatever swagger some Brit can possibly muster.
Yep.
You look like an absolute fucking doofus. But you're fucking proud of yourself, and that's what really fucking counts.
Correct.
Okay, so why are you sharing Cloud memory?
I was trying to look at it.
Oh, okay.
Accidentally clicked it.
Okay. So for the purposes of the players, so obviously the characters don't necessarily know this. Solon is going to be trying to go very incognito in this particular endeavor. The entire thing is going to be as though Solon is not here. Since he is not your enemy, I am not going to be making you guys queue off anything that would immediately reveal him to you. You would have to actively seek to discover him. But also, as a character trait, this is kind of one of those weird little things that Solon probably would do anyway. So keep that in mind with how you do go to interact with Solon over the course of at least until he fucks up and gets discovered. Because it's probably going to be very silly. So, unless you would like to do something different, as far as what I was considering, and you please feel free to change what my suggestion is, but my understanding would be that you would kind of like, while somebody like maybe John, who probably would have to like readjust his pants before sitting in the really awkwardly shaped van, you would just kind of like scurry in and hide out in there. You'd still be with them, but nobody would necessarily see you.
I was saying, since we're considering this and the upcoming one whole scene, I would have also probably done Unseen Passage.
Right.
Which is a routes check.
Okay. Have you done a rouse check yet? Nope. No, you're good.
So, yeah, I would have came out of my coffin as quietly as I could. And y'all don't know this, but I'm wearing the spider dress.
It is very revealing.
How is
There
it-
are parts of Solon that even Solon didn't know existed that are being shown off here.
I was shuddering to ask because I remember the spider dresses in the chat. I was like,
Yeah.
nope.
And yeah, he would go, he would slip in, he would just try to slip in the back if he can like get somewhere he can't make a noise. Can't produce any off-putting strong odors. So I would be in the back, maybe just hunkered down the floor, maybe stuffed under his seat if I could. But yeah, out of the way and just a fly on the wall, so to speak. I was also thinking, if it comes down to it, I could cling at the insect and just be on the top of the car the whole way there with unseen passage. But
Eh, I don't think you have to go that far for this one, but keep that
Okay.
particular idea in mind for later, just in case, though. Because that
Okay.
sounds like it could be very fun.
Okay.
The other mental image I got when you said that you weren't like trying to put off any distinguishable odor is that you're like stuffed underneath one of the seats, just chewing on a Dove bar of soap.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Let's do it. I'll be burping bubbles all night.
All right, so that covers everybody. Uh, Last call. Any more shenanigans you want to give off? This is your last call before we go to the collective Seattle. All right, sounds like nothing. So Rachel takes off. She doesn't necessarily wait for John to put his seatbelt on correctly, and just fucking tears as fast as this stupid little van will possibly take her. It takes about 45 minutes with traffic. It's kind of stupid tonight. There was probably some baseball game or something. Uh, but you end up getting there. The parking garage is on the opposite side of where the door is. So you guys are going to have to walk around the building to get to the actual entrance to go in. As you walk by on the street side of things, the majority of the streets are pretty quiet. You can see some cars driving back and forth a few blocks away, and there's a couple of people walking around and standing somewhat near some of the lights that are on the street side. But otherwise, it's a pretty empty location. However, the lights of the building that you're going to are on the ground floor, and looking into the windows, you can see that the vast majority of what's there is mostly wood furnishing and a little bit more of like modern relaxation vibes going on. It's very like how best to put it, like kind of like a beard wearing fucking coffee and mead snob kind of decor going on. Lana had posted the link to it in the Chronicle chat, so if you want to take a look at how it looks on the inside, um, there you go. Like it's warm and inviting. It doesn't look like you're walking into a trap at the very least. And it takes a couple of minutes for you to get to the other side of the building to the front door. There's a person at the front door who's standing next to the left-hand side of the door, and he doesn't really seem terribly imposing. He moves his hand up to like wave hi a little bit, very short, very curt, and then asks how he can help you.
We are here to see Baron LaRosa. Can you show us where to go?
Ah, yes. We've been expecting you. And he smiles. His smile keeps getting bigger. It stops, but it looks a little bigger than it should. He's just a weird looking guy. And
Like
he
Willem
opens
Dafoe big?
like Willem Dafoe big, yeah.
That is terrifying.
I just imagine Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah, fair. Anyway, he reaches behind him and he moves his arm like he's opening the door, and the door on the opposite side of him opens. Go ahead. The Baron is expecting you.
Thanks. Gonna keep walking.
Same.
Yeah,
Who goes in first?
I'll go on first.
I'll be right behind them.
We'll get to that.
Alright.
Once, Corin, you fully step into the building, you have crossed the threshold. All of the color that you saw from the windows and from the open door in front of you goes completely monotone. It's all grays, blacks, and whites.
I absolutely fucking hate this.
Do you stop or continue going?
I will continue going, but I want to be on the lookout to see if anything is going to pop up.
Okay, so staying alert.
Yeah.
Cool. Next person in being John, same thing. The moment you have completely crossed the threshold into the building, everything's monotone.
Done.
Are you stopping or
I'll activate my bestial eyes and stay alert and keep going.
okay? Next was Cole, if I remember correctly.
Sure.
Right. Same thing. The moment you cross that threshold, everything is monotone, much like real life.
Oh, this is so hard. How will I ever survive?
So I imagine you keep going.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's next?
I think I'm probably next.
Okay.
Unless Solon is trying to squeeze in before.
I would be at the back of everybody.
So after Rachel.
Yeah.
Okay. So then Cammy walks in, cross the threshold, get finished crossing the threshold. Everything turns monotone.
I'm gonna pull out my phone
It is also monotone.
and attempt to take a picture,
The picture is monotone.
and then step backwards. Just like one step.
So you are no longer across the threshold?
Yeah.
Everything's back to normal.
Including the picture on my phone.
Correct.
Huh.
There is a
I'm-
difference in the picture, though.
Oh,
So I'm assuming you just held up your phone and took a picture down the way, right?
Yep.
Okay. All the way in the back, there's a little bit of a wiggle. It kind of looks like a human silhouette, but not quite. It's kind of like somebody took like a transparent brush tool and just kind of moved everything up slightly, like they misclicked.
is Rachel like next to me now, pretty much?
Yes.
Alright, I'm gonna just like lean over and point at that spot on the picture. And then gonna go back to walking. So that she could see it, and then...
Okay. She looks concerned. And also confused as to what's going on. And she decides she's gonna follow in, and she makes sure to like be looking in that direction as she goes in there. She doesn't necessarily see anything, or at least she doesn't vocalize it just yet. And once she crosses the threshold, she lets out a little bit of an eep. Right? Just like, what the fuck is going on here? Where'd the color go? And she's like looking at her arms and looking at the rest of you. Because the rest of you are also monotone now, too. And then Solon. You're the last one in.
Yeah, I would be like comically like bad guy villain creeping the whole time. And I'd go in and I would continue on, but I would try to stay about 20 paces back from the nearest person as I'm just like sneaking up, trying to.
Neat. That's relevant. So you guys are in this this opening area. You're looking at it being about 60-ish feet wide, 140 feet long, and the ceiling's about 14-ish feet off the ground. Okay. So a little larger of a room than you were initially expecting, And for the vast majority of you, other than it being monotone, nothing's really out of the ordinary other than the absence of people you were probably expecting to come meet you or to deliver you to your audience with Baron LaRosa. Except Solon sees a few differences in that there are people in the room with you. Solon, behind there's a little bar, right? Behind the bar is a bartender. There's a couple of people sitting at the bar. There's some tables with some chairs and then free floating chairs sitting around the place as well, and several of them also have people sitting in those places. The major difference is that while they are monotone still, unlike everybody else who's just had the color quite literally ripped from them to where they look exactly the same, just sans color, these people are different. They don't have definable details to their facial structure. You know what the vague outline of their head looks like, but where there would be eyes is just a subtly glowing white dot in each place. They don't have mouths or nose, and their skin, like their hands, kind of look more like mittens than they do actual hands, but not grossly oversized like this is some Super Mario Bros. Movie, but normal looking hands, other than if the four actual fingers were just kind of one continuous mass, if you will. And they're gesturing like they're having conversations with each other. The bartender looks like he's shaking up a drink for somebody sitting at the bar, but you hear nothing but your companions.
Okay.
Only Solon saw that, right?
Right, only Solon saw that.
So I would probably, upon seeing that, I'd probably stop and start questioning my own sanity at this point.
More than usual.
Well, I knew it's been gone, but now I got a question about how gone it really is. He would probably. Actually, yeah, he would give up on the charade of being seen probably at this point, and would just scream out, "The white people are here, and they're talking, and I cannot see them, but it is unseen."
I am going to turn around, and as I hear that, look in his direction, and in character chat is my exact expression, along with me activating heightened senses because I forgot I fucking had that. So that is my plan, Shaw.
So, do you remember what I just described?
I know.
Do you remember what I just described to Solon?
Yeah. White
About all
face.
the people?
Yeah.
Once you activate your heightened senses, that cues you off to being able to see them too. There also happens to be one standing next to you that is mimicking as though it's engaging in conversation with you. They're about maybe a foot away from you.
Question before I try to interact with that blur of a face. Since I turned around and looked towards Solon and just look exasperated.
Uh-huh.
What does this motherfucker look like?
That's up to Solon.
Okay, well, there's some flappy bits. We'll go with that at first.
Man, I feel that.
Are we talking about the dress or you?
Yes.
Yes. So I'm just sitting there, in like a single strand woven cobweb dress. I linked it last week. I'm trying to find it here again to read. Oh yeah, there it is. So
Is this an overview?
yeah, it's an
Oh.
overview right now. That's what I'm wearing right now.
Is
And I'm just-
Solon male?
Yes.
Is he
Yes,
wearing
what
underwear?
is-
No.
Floppy bits.
Dude, that could have been fat, could have been moves, could have been a lot of things.
He's
So
he's a part of the band The Dangling Participles.
So at this point, he's just sitting there pointing at everything around him while everything else is just jiggling. I mean, he's not really fat, so there is a bunch of swaying and movement that getting caught up in the strands.
Motherfucker is pointing in 3 directions at once
Just,
and looking at a 4th.
just so done. So done. I can't hear this person, right? Just this blurred face. I can't hear them. I can just see them.
Are you intentionally trying to listen
Yes.
to them?
Yes.
So the more you focus on them, it's like a white noise, a very muffled and quiet white noise that slowly gets more prominent the more you focus on it, but it never gets to a point where it becomes discernible.
Mm. Can I try patting them on the shoulder? Like, just to see if they're physically there.
You can. When you put your hand down onto their shoulder, it's like you're touching unwoven yarn.
Mm.
And you just kind of push it, that there's no resistance. It just kind of pushes away from you a little bit. And the figure doesn't really react to it in a way that like a person would to being suddenly touched like that by someone they don't know, where they might recoil a little bit. Like their body moves in the direction that you were tapping them, as like just the littlest amount of force caused them to move, but their face or whatever of it is stays roughly in the same position as much as it possibly can to continue this conversation, if you can call it that, with you.
Looking around the room, is there anyone who appears to be in focus, or is there like... Are there any doors? Or are we just in an open room?
There are the doors that you came in. There is a door behind the bar that you would assume goes back to the main kitchen area. And then is, at the far this corner, there is a staircase that doesn't have a door in front of it.
A staircase without a...
In addition to that, everybody else looks roughly the same, except for your now very likely incredibly confused party members.
Hmm.
At the very least, Rachel's confused. She's looking at you like, what the fuck is going on? Why
Hi,
are you
Ram.
so weird?
If you can hear through.
I mean,
Maybe you should heighten your senses if you also... to be fair, none of us want to be as weird as Solon, but there are beings here that don't have faces. I take that back. They're blurred faces, and they feel like yarn.
She looks even more confused. Looks over at Solon. The confusion becomes disgust.
Yeah,
Back at you.
don't look at him.
Her eyes start to glow yellow again, and then her eyes widen, and she very slowly starts looking around. And she says out loud, "What the actual fuck is all of this?"
Great question. I'm also trying to determine that. Um, you said that the stairs lead to a door that's, or there are stairs, but there's no door, right?
There's no door in front of the stairs that, from your current perspective, looks like they lead up.
I will go up the stairs. Frankly, I don't know where I'm supposed to
Okay.
go. No instructions were given to us.
I'm gonna leave you at you have gotten to the stairs, and we'll move on to everybody else,
Okay.
and then we'll pick back up there. Cool.
Yep.
All right. Who wants to go next?
I'll go.
Okay. What are you doing now that you have 3 people that are... Okay, one person that's definitely fucking insane, and the other 2 people look like they're about to go insane just from utter fucking confusion.
Since I had some success using my phone earlier to see something, I'm gonna see if I can see anything using my phone camera.
Okay. So are you just like pulling up the camera app and like moving it around, or are you snapping pictures, or are you recording video? What are you doing?
Recording video, but watching it closely as it's going.
Okay, so you're putting a little bit of extra into focusing on what your camera screen displays.
Yeah.
Cool. You can vaguely make out shapes that look like humans in the positions that I've previously described. So people sitting at the bar, a bartender, people sitting in the chairs. There are little outlines that look vaguely like humans in those positions.
Now, not stranger, do you just did you say that it was like a singular point of light as their eye?
Right. Each one of their eyes, to you now, Rachel, and also Corin, their eyes are like a really dull white glow. They don't have form, like of detail. It's just like somebody plastered like a flashlight onto their, like where their eyeball would go. As you are looking into this a little bit more, so for the 3 of them, Rachel, Corin, and Solon, the additional description that I'm going to give you guys, because it's going to vaguely come into play here, is that their skin is dark gray, their hair is white, and their clothing is various different colors between black, gray, and white. As you continue, Cammy, to be focused in, and especially once you notice some particularly good ones that are less vague than the others, you can kind of start to see the tint of color, where like the hair would be white, where the skin would be, there would be gray, and then just kind of like a mishmash of the 3 colors for where they would be wearing clothing is starting to tint the image.
I'm just gonna, like, while staring intently at my phone, turning around, just going, what the fuck?
All right, and at this point would have been when Corin decided to walk over to the stairs. Are you going to do anything about that?
See if anything seems weird through my phone about the stairs.
Other than it being oddly misty, no.
Alright, then I think I'll head that way too, since it doesn't seem like we're getting anywhere with these people.
Okay. Who would like to go next?
I guess I will. Don't got much.
Okay.
Is when I see them like freaking out, I'm also looking around, just confused but still following. Like,
Do you also have heightened senses? Because
I
if I
don't.
remember correctly, your ability just lets you
See,
figure out if something's fucking dangerous, right?
yeah,
He,
I can sense the beast. I
Okay.
can roll on that to see if anything seems like it wants to do us harm.
So I can read it.
Yeah, I was about to click on it.
Okay. And then Eyes of the Beast.
I could see if anything was hiding in the dark.
Okay. So your Eyes of the Beast, because they are actually active, is not showing you
Anything?
anything other than this is fucking weird. It is vaguely supernatural, but because there's no outward threat towards you at this time, nothing is really cueing you off that might convince you that Sense the Beast would be necessary here.
Alright. But yeah, like I said, I just look around and stay in my position
Okay.
in line where I
Because
was.
since you don't have any heightened senses active right now, you don't actually see what anybody else is seeing. It still looks like you're standing in an empty room, and the now four of them are like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. So basically, all I can do is be like, alright, since they're freaking out, just like be more aware, like try to notice something or just be extra vigilant of anything incoming.
Okay. At this point, you would have seen Corin go over to the other side of the room where the staircase is. Are you going to do anything about that?
Like I said, just follow in line. Just I guess I'm also moving towards the staircase.
Okay. Also, because I had mentioned it to Cami and I forgot to mention it before that point, it does seem like there's some mist that is coming down from the upper floor down the staircase. The mist doesn't seem supernatural. It seems like dry ice, or like a smoke machine or something like that. Like there's nothing supernatural or mystical or anything like that about it. It looks like just a practical effect. Okay, and then 4. Are you too busy pooping yourself?
I heard a noise from him.
That might have been him pooping himself.
Can you not hear me?
Hey,
There-
now we
there-
can.
There we
Yeah,
go.
but you're super quiet.
How about now?
Better.
Did you put your mic away from your face?
Apparently by like half an inch, and that was enough that I was quiet. I don't know.
Weird. Anyway, what are you up to?
I'm just gonna follow up to the stairs. I don't see what they're doing or see what they're seeing, and just like you guys are fucking weird.
Okay.
Old ass vampires going delusional.
All right. So what Rachel does at this point is she also moves over, and she looks very cagey, and she turns towards. So actually, just point of clarification. For Cammy, are you in unseen passage right now?
No.
No, you're not. Okay, so Rachel can't see you.
Yeah.
Okay, just wanted to make sure because I honestly I couldn't remember. So she's gonna motion towards Solon and Cammy to like, let's fucking go. We need to stay together. Like, come on. Cammy, how do you respond to that?
I mean, like I said, it didn't seem like there was anything here for us, so I figured we were heading for the stairs to go somewhere where we might actually be having our meeting.
Okay. So you're going with.
Like I
All right, cool.
followed Corin over.
Okay, sorry. Solon. Now back to you.
So the stolen, I see everyone heading up towards the stairs,
Right.
and Miss coming down. Do I see like a second layer, a loft area from here? Is it visible or is it enclosed? The second floor.
It is enclosed from your current position. To be able to see what's on the second floor, you would need to either go back outside and scale the building or go up those stairs, as far as you are currently aware.
I wanted to go with the stealth thing a little bit more, but you surprised me with that. So
Yeah, there's nothing saying you can't reactivate.
yeah, but I have to be okay. So what? Zolan will just scream out, "I must not be seen. I have to see it with the sight of the unseen eyes." And could I hide myself in this room where people are observing?
Yeah, you could duck behind one side of the bar, where nobody would be able to be in direct line of sight of you, and you'd be able to hide there.
Okay, I'll do that, and I'll roll if I have. Give me roll anything for that.
No, you're fine. Literally nothing has been moving around except for you guys.
Well, and all these yarn people.
But all the yarn people haven't been moving around necessarily. They've been staying in their spots. Like they have been moving like their hands, but they have not been going from A to B location wise.
And
Like chess pieces that can talk.
yeah.
Or, not talk.
And I guess you would just find him like he would go in the corner, just curl up in a ball and hide right now, and just like the yard can't get us if they can't see us, we can't see them. And I would let the party go on up ahead of me, and then if need be, I would activate Unseen Passage and follow back up at a undeterminate a little bit amount of time later.
Okay, sounds good. So, Warren, you were first in line,
Mm-hmm.
and you want to go up those stairs, right?
Yep.
Okay. So, I am going to allow you to go up those stairs. You are going to take the first step, and the second you put your foot down on that first step, you feel a weird tickle at the base of your skull, top of your spine. What do you do?
And nothing pops up. Like heightened senses doesn't recognize anything. Nothing like that.
Heightened senses literally just, like it's still making you aware of everything that's on this floor.
Can I use premonition?
Technically. Yeah. Yes, you absolutely can. In fact, I'm gonna allow you to cast it for free.
Okay. Do I just roll?
Nope.
Just do it? Okay,
Yep.
cool.
So that red aura that's supposed to show you where something has changed or is different or anything weird going on
Mm-hmm.
is pointing in the direction of the room that you are attempting to leave.
Is the red aura a bad thing?
No, it's more of like it's kind of like like sense of danger is a little bit too strong of a turn of phrase for this one, but it's more of sense of change has occurred in what you previously knew existed. It doesn't necessarily feel, you still do not feel threatened, like any harm is going to come to you, but you do feel that something changed behind you.
I want to take another step while also still kind of like looking at the room and seeing if anything else changes.
So, okay, I think I missed a step of what you were doing. When did you look back at the room?
Wait, what was the red then? Is the red pointing
Like
to the back of the room?
corner. So if you're facing the stairs,
Yeah.
you put your foot on the stair, corner your eye to the rest of the room. That's where you're getting like that pull. But I haven't forced you to look anywhere.
I want to look towards the red thing then.
Okay, so you turn your head to face the room.
Yeah.
Literally every person that you can see is staring at you.
Okay. Are there any facial expressions or is it all just red?
There are no facial expressions other than that which was described, but all of those white points of light are staring at you. And your party members also have completely neutral looks on their faces as they are staring at you as well.
Huh. What happens if I take another step up?
Back to normal.
Has anything else changed? It's just like
Nope.
okay.
Well, I mean, you don't see Solon anymore, but no, otherwise.
That's not a problem. I don't want to see Solon. Saw him and was done. I'm gonna keep going up then.
Okay. On the staircase is where we're going to take our break. I let it go a little bit longer because we started so much later. So be back in 15.
Okay.
Alright, sounds good. Sound back on. All right.
Okay. So, Corin steps up multiple stairs at this point. The premonition doesn't go off as long as you're going up. It was just the first step. However, you are met with a burgundy colored door at the top of the stairs.
Um, is there anything odd about the doors? Aside from them being in color now?
Nothing you can immediately tell.
I will wait for everyone to be behind me, and then I'll open the doors.
Side tangent. I popped open my water bottle, and it scared Anu enough that he legitimately popped up and off of the desk. Like, it wasn't a casual, graceful leap like normal. It was like he pressed the up button, the left button, and then the down button a lot of times.
Oh my god. Sorry. I got a notification for stupid reasons from my phone that apparently Grimes and Musk have another child named Techno Mechanicus.
I'm sorry, were you speaking? All I heard was gibberish.
Grimes and Musk have another child named Techno Mechanicus.
You know, all I heard was slightly louder gibberish.
Techno Mechanicus Musk.
Incredibly loud gibberish.
That's
he
pretty
hears
on
you,
par.
and he doesn't want to pay attention to what you've said.
Yeah.
That's fair. I don't blame you.
And by
I
the way,
wish I could forget.
technical mechanical must sounds like an odd, like cologne scent.
It honestly does actually sound like what. So Games Workshop put out a bunch of different candles that were themed around certain things. Like the Tyranid one is supposed to be lavender. The Nurgle's Rot one was supposed to be like candy apples and shit like that, right? That sounds like the title for what the Adeptus Mechanicus scent would be. And that's fucking gross. Moving on with our lives.
You're welcome.
Who's the next person that follows Corin up?
I guess that's me since I'm kind of just trailing behind them. Corin, I
Okay.
mean.
Similar deal. You take the first step, you feel a little bit of a tickle at the base of your skull. What do you do?
Look around. Because it's just like, what the fuck?
Okay. When you look back at the room, literally everyone is staring at you. All of your party members. They're just blank look on their face, staring at you.
You know, if this character talked, I had something for that. Don't worry, it's just stairs.
When you look up at Corin to make sure everything's okay with her, she's also staring at you.
Yeah. Like, I look slightly puzzled, but continue up the stairs.
Okay. After that first step, everything goes back to its normal wacky bullshit.
Alright, everything's...
Who's next? Other than just getting up to where Corin is in the burgundy door, there's nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. You take that first step, same deal. Tingly at the back of your neck.
I just continue.
Okay. You follow up the stairs and you are behind John. Who's next?
Bert.
Alright. Similar deal. Tingly feeling at the back of your neck.
gonna like cower slightly, but not actually look around.
Okay. You proceed up the stairs. So the next person that would go up is Rachel. She steps, looks. What the fuck is everybody looking at? You're all fucking weird. I don't get it. What is going the fuck on here? This was. And then continues up. And she's just frustrated now. Especially because when she looks back up at you again, none of you have been looking at her this entire time. It was real weird. I don't get it. And last but not least, before we proceed in this, Solon, is this when you would like to activate, or would you like to wait a little bit longer?
Have I heard any doors being opened yet, or anything? I would wait till
No.
they probably cleared the stairs out.
No, you've not heard them open the door yet.
Okay, then I would just still be chilling out. Whenever I do hear them go through the door, I will activate and come up.
Okay. So we go back to Corin, who's first in line.
I'm gonna open doors.
Okay. You reach out, you put your hand on the metal handle. It's brass. It's cold. You start turning the handle, turning, and you hear a little latch, and the door opens like normal.
Anything in this room?
Yeah,
Are there
several
colors?
things. There are, in fact, colors this time. Seemingly, to most of you. So this room is very much tinted in the same relative color as the door that you just passed through. Everything's got a burgundy tint to it. The It seems like this is the restaurant portion where people would come up to. It's become very clear that this isn't a club like a nightclub. It's more like a social gathering place type deal. A club of people versus a club that you go to dance and get shut down by people that are way more drugged out than you are. Um, and so there is a bunch of booths along the walls of this particular room, which is roughly the same dimensions as the room below, although it does curve over into deeper into the building at the opposite side. Each one of the booths are paneled with black wood. The cushions on the insides are all burgundy as well, with black faux marble looking tables in the booths themselves. There is yet another bar because one cannot have too much booze handy throughout the course of the building. And there are bar stools along as well, almost kind of laid out a bit like a sports bar type deal. And there are, all of you actually can see that there are patrons in some of the booths and at the bar, and there's a bartender or a waiter or something sitting behind the bar as well. However, I use the term patron a bit loosely, as they are all either skeletons or mannequins, posed to look as though they are having a jolly good time.
Do I know what clan Baron Morosa is part of?
That might have been something that you have asked about in the past, or it just might have come up. But Baron LaRosa specifically is a toreador.
Oh, no wonder why it's so fucking dramatic. I guess we're in her fun house. Is there another door?
There are no doors that you can see from your current vantage point.
Okay, I'm gonna walk dead center of the room and just scan the area. Heightened Sentence is still up and everything.
Okay. As you pass by each booth, if there is anybody in the booth, such as the first one you come to about 3 booths down has a skeleton and a mannequin that are dressed to the nines. The mannequins, mind you, have uh, candy skulls painted on their face. As you pass by, they begin making noises at each other. The skeleton will like move its hands and chatter its teeth like it's talking, and the mannequin itself will like nod its head, move its arms and hands, and you'll hear kind of a muffled kind of noise coming from them as well. But the second you pass by and have left the vicinity of that particular booth, they go back to being inanimate.
That's fun.
I'm going to make the assumption at this point that the rest of you are following behind her, and the same occurs with each one of you as well.
I do have one question about the room, though.
Yes.
How alike is it to the previous floor in terms of layout? Since I didn't see the people down there.
Do you mean the placement of the people, or just like the physical
The
space?
The physical space. Like, how alike does this room look like the previous one?
It is basically if you carbon copied the exterior shell up one floor, but the physical layout of the internals of the room is different.
Yeah. Okay.
So like you still have the same amount of total space, but the layout is different. Slightly.
Okay.
So when you guys get to the other end of the room, effectively where you would have started, like that same distance on the bottom floor, on this floor, it does open up. There's no wall there separating into the other half of the building, and the rest of it seems to be kind of like a dance floor type deal. There are disco balls hanging from the ceiling that are turning. There are mannequins and skeletons that are set up to look like they're dancing. Nothing's moving. There's even a band that's set up on a tiny little stage that are currently set up in mid rocking the fuck out, but they're not moving or playing any music. In the far back, there are push open doors, a set of 2 push open doors in the very far back, which would be right over the stairwell. Also, Solon, at this point, you would have known that the doors open that they went through. You would have heard it.
Okay. So I activate Rouse Pick to the unseen passage, and I will also, since it's free, activate Silence of Death, so I'm actually not making any noise as I move.
Okay, sounds good.
And I would probably run up the stairs and hit the situation everyone else occurred.
Okay. As a point of clarification, are you looking at anybody as you come out of your hiding spot and go to the stairs and go up the stairs?
I'm watching all the yarn people.
Okay, so you are actually intentionally looking at each one?
Yeah, because whenever I step up, the tingle thing.
Right. Yours occurs before that. Yours occurs the second you round the corner of the bar. Looking at everybody as you are, they're all staring at you the whole time. Their heads are moving to watch you as you cross the way. You don't feel seen. You know, thank you, Anu. You know logically that they're looking at you, but you do not feel as though anything other than yourself, maybe not even yourself, is aware you exist. If anything, you feel the feeling inside of you is more that you're more hidden than you normally are in this state.
Okay, so I guess I will keep eye contact on these things the whole time, like Weeping Angel type deal, and back my way up the stairs. Do I notice any difference in them as I am going?
Once you hit the second step, they go back to the way they were, where they're just kind of quote unquote talking amongst themselves.
I don't know what to make of that.
Welcome to the
Okay.
club.
I'll go back down one more step. Do they go back to looking at me again?
No.
They don't.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, let's go for this then. If I activate, can I determine anything beyond the land creatures in that room, or as I'm going upstairs in the next room after?
Let me finish reading this real quick. First, to see the unseen, right?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a second. Go ahead and roll wits and aspects.
Where is us?
It is
yeah.
under your disciplines criteria.
Oh God.
Okay. So, and you're still looking out into the room, right?
Yeah, into the room where the bottom, the personal room.
Okay, and you are currently occupying the first step up?
Yeah.
Okay. You don't like the beings, whatever they are, don't queue off to you. But there is like a faded white, almost like a wire connecting all of them. Kind of like a spider web.
Okay. Huh. Do I see this web going up the stairs at all, or
It shoots directly up the ceiling.
up into the ceiling? What happens if I try to pull? I'm gonna go try to pull one of the strings.
Your hand goes right through it.
Okay. All right. Well, while keeping that active, I will go up the stairs and just check everything out. Like peek over the rim of the edge of the stairs while on my belly, and like, oh, what else is going on in this place? I thought my mind was the safe space.
So, in how you're doing this, you're backing up the stairs, and you're switching your vision between.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm turning around, getting down on all fours, peeking up over like the lip of the last stair going up, and looking into the next room.
Okay. At any point, are you looking back into the first floor room?
maybe after I see what's going on in the next room.
Okay. Well, when you get to the next room, um, from what you can see by peeking in through the door and from your initial vantage point, is that it just looks like a restaurant with some skeletons and some mannequins set up to look like they're patrons of the restaurant.
Um,
So, are you going to look down at the first room again?
yeah,
Just
sure.
The light thing, by the way, the wire light is
Yeah.
connecting all of the skeletons and the mannequins as well.
Okay. And the stuff on the second floor is just going straight up to the ceiling as well.
That's an assumption. You don't directly see evidence of it from your current point on the staircase.
Okay. Well, when I look back down to the bottom room, I see the same thing still, just looking back and forth between each of them.
When you look back down the stairwell, all of the people are standing at the bottom of the stairwell looking up at you.
Okay, so I'm gonna creep into the next room and try to follow the threads. Where are they going?
They are going in the same direction the rest of your party is going. So, are you going to stay behind them, or would you like to try and scurry past them?
That's a good point. Could I get past them and just rush through the next doors? 'Cause I am moving silently.
There is definitely enough space for you to be able to weave through everybody. Keep in mind the total space, even though there are some booths and a bit of the bar in there, the total space you have to work with is about 60 feet on either side, and a booth isn't taking up all that much space. You probably have about 30 feet to work with to get through everybody else.
Okay, well, I'd probably ignore anything anybody else is doing and completely focus on following the threads.
Okay, so you're also ignoring the door you left open?
Yeah.
Noted. Okay, so when you round the corner, you see the same thing that everybody else has seen so far, where there are some doors in the back, but in the center of it, you have a bunch of mannequins and skeletons that are dressed up in decent-looking clothes, kind of similar to your guys's, where they're wearing, half suits and dresses and stuff like that. They're set up like they're at a dance. There's even a band on the stage. But nothing is moving inside this room. The threads, however, that you can see are connecting everything that isn't one of you or your party members. 1 second. I did not want my cat drinking my paint water. I can drink it all fucking day. He's not allowed to.
Fair enough.
He's a little angry because you guys are preventing me from feeding him for another half hour. Anyway, he's a fat little shit. He can
Same.
Yeah.
I mean, also same. But, besides the point. Okay, so the thread in this room goes through the ceiling yet again.
Okay, well, as I said, I would just if it's going through the ceiling. I'm trying to decide if what Solon would do right now. Why don't you go on with some other people while I think about it real quick?
Okay, sounds good. Cool.
What up?
you feel a hand grab the back, like where your tricep is, of your left arm. Not hard, just kind of like a hand is placed on that area of your arm.
I look over.
There is a mannequin staring at you.
Pause for a second. Is it dressed as a? Is it dressed in masculine attire or feminine attire?
Feminine.
Oh, I love. What can I do for you?
As you get a better look at it, it has its legs crossed and up on tippy toes with its arm arced above its head. The other arm that wasn't touching it.
Like it wants to dance.
Right.
I'll go take a dance with the mannequin.
All right. The scraping of the feet as you drag her onto the dance floor. Literally, this is the weirdest prom you're ever gonna fucking have. I can assure you that.
Apparently, you have not been to my prom.
I didn't go to my own, so you know.
I didn't go
Vampire
to-
prom sounds good.
I didn't go to my own either. I went to a friend's.
Okay. So you're going to roll performance with charisma with a difficulty modifier of 2.
Okay, was just checking to see if I had any specialities or anything that would fall under that. All right,
Yeah.
cool. I mean, I didn't completely fuck it up, I guess. I don't know.
You very awkwardly start moving around. The mannequin doesn't seem to be moving in the same position, but you are trying your fucking damnedest to get into the very silent groove that is going on in this fucking room. Nothing's really giving you much to work with, but fuck it, you're dancing. You were asked, you are providing. How much longer would you like to continue this?
As I'm dancing, I want to like scan around the room and kind of see where we're supposed to be going in this room.
Okay. You can see 2 doors that have push bars on them on the opposite side of the room. That would basically be above the stairwell that you initially came in that general area-ish. The rest of it is just a bunch of what you would assume to be wallflowers, with some tables and a few chairs, that kind of thing, in the corners and along the walls. Most of everything is just kind of a dance floor.
Is there any other mannequins on the floor dancing?
In the pose of dancing, yes, there are at least 7 couples that you can tell. While the disco ball is going, it's still kind of dark.
I'm going to cut her into someone else and then walk over to the door.
As you're walking away, you hear something clatter behind you. Like, immediately behind you.
Kind of glance back.
So, when you had left, cutting her into another one, you just kind of set them up next to each other, I'm assuming?
I kind of slid her into a group that was dancing and then was like, hey, love, dance with them.
Okay. So the group that you slid them into, one of the masculine, one of the skeletons had moved away and they are being I forget what the term it is when you lower them down while you're holding the back.
Yep.
Right. Dip. I- the mannequin that you had cut in is being dipped by another feminine mannequin.
You work that.
Anyway,
While Cole was doing his little dancing thing, I assumed other people would be watching him, like our party.
that depends. Is anybody watching this weird ass fucking occurrence go off?
No, I'm going for the doors. I'm ignoring everything.
Okay. What about John?
I'm still following behind. Choo-choo.
Cammy?
Yeah, I probably watched it. I mean, I still have my phone out recording, so I probably got it on film. Well,
Okay. And Rachel would have been watching as well. So, thing is that you know you were paying attention the entire time. You have no idea how that happened. It was super quick. You question whether or not you blinked. So that means that Solon, Corin, and John would have gotten to the door first, followed by Cole, and then possibly also Cammy and Rachel, depending on when they decide to move forward. Correct?
sounds right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right. You are now standing in front of two burgundy colored doors with crash bars on them, and they are not available to be seduced. What do you do?
Crash what?
Crash bar. CRASH bar.
The whole bars that were on the school doors, right?
Yeah. Like, you press into them and they just kind of open.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I remember what you're talking about.
Those are called crash bars.
Oh.
Those thick ass ones.
Uh-huh. The
What's your
reason why
doors?
they get called that is because when you're trying to escape, just in case there's an emergency going on, you crash into them and they open.
Hmm.
Anyway, so you're going to attempt to go through the door?
Yep.
You have one on the left, one on the right. Which one are you going for?
Can I use premonition?
I mean, yeah, I don't see why not.
I want to use premonition to see which path would be the more useful to go through. Am I rolling for this? I didn't mean to roll, but fuck.
I mean, it went off. Let me re-skim through premonition real quick. You feel a pull to the right door.
I'm gonna go through the right door.
Okay. You open up into a room that the left door would have also let you through had it not been for the fact that there's stuff leaned up against the left door. Had you attempted to crash into the left door, it wouldn't have opened.
Amazing.
So you chose correctly. Congratulations.
At least I didn't slam into it. So,
In this room, there is a bunch of folded up tables and chairs and a couple of bowls that you can only assume are things like tablecloths leaned up against one side. The other side is to your right is the next set of stairs leading up to the third floor.
at this point, I would probably just be going to the next room as fast as I can, but still being alert. Like,
Okay. So you're going to immediately break through the stairs.
Yep.
Are you going to stop at the next door?
Probably to glance back just to see if everyone is still following me.
Okay. Next person would likely be John in this situation since you are sticking to her like hot glue.
Yeah.
You're basically going to do the same. You're just keeping step with her.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything deviating while you're doing that?
I mean, just keeping alert, like looking around the room, see if anything's going on.
Okay. So far in this room and this staircase, nothing really seems amiss.
All right.
All right, Solon, how are you going about this? Are you going to let everybody go before you, or are you going to try
Well-
and sneak in front?
As I've seen everyone from that first room trying to come up to the second floor as I was coming up, I will wait till everybody goes and just watch and see if anything happens, see if anything enters the room, see if the mannequins move. Just watching the whole room while everyone's going.
Cool. All right, so next up, Cole.
All of them
You
through the
follow-
door.
What was that? I'm sorry.
Just gonna follow them through the door.
Okay, you're going to go up the stairs too?
Yep.
Nothing else?
No.
All right. Cammy, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm just following too.
All right, Rachel is also going to be born. So, as Rachel goes through, she's the last one of your party, Solon, that walked through. You turn back to look at the mannequins and the skeletons, and they very slowly start dancing, twirling around each other, changing partners, but it's all in slow motion. The band is doing the same. They're starting to play, but they're going so slow that, like, for example, when the drummer, when his stick hits the drum itself, no noise is made. But there is some of that dust that kind of kicks up, so at least you know there was an impact going on, and you're not that fucking crazy that this is actually occurring in front of your eyes. How would you like to proceed?
So as I'm just sitting there, everything's moving slowly. If I move towards the door while keeping my eye on them, does anything change?
Nope.
What about if I go back down the room and look down the steps that we came from the first floor?
When you're if you're not actually going down, you're just standing on the steps and looking down.
Yeah.
Seems like it was when you first entered that room.
Okay.
So all the people would be. Sorry, Levi distracted me. All the people would be in their original positions that you first found them in when you first noticed them.
Okay, so going up to the room that everyone else was in, and with the sight of the unseen, do I see any more threads in that room?
So you're talking about the third floor?
Yeah, if I would go back up the stairs,
where everyone else the room everyone else just ran into.
They haven't run into it yet. So they're still on the staircase.
Okay. Well, I will just hang back until the staircase is clear and I'm able to see without anyone around. But whenever I am able to get the staircase, I want to check for those threads.
Okay. And just point of clarification, there are now 2 floors worth of doors that you are intentionally leaving open. Correct?
Well, question. Don't most crash doors close automatically from the weight?
This one has not closed.
Okay.
Someone ain't the brightest bulb of the pack, so no, I'm probably not closing anything behind me.
Okay. We switch back to Corin, who is first in line.
I'm just gonna mutter to myself, I'm really tired of this fucking show. and I just want to get this meeting started. And push through the doors again. What do I fucking find?
Okay. So these doors, because I'm not letting you walk away without a description of another color that Clinton can't see, are green. And they're felt for some reason. Like, just it's like somebody made a giant pillowcase out of green felt and slid it onto these doors and then hinged them.
Made doors out of a pool table.
Basically, weird.
It is weird.
And they're not smooth or anything. They still look like doors.
Okay.
Anyway, so as you open them, there is a red carpet that snakes around through the course of this room. Where on the previous 2 floors there was a wall with a bar kind of restaurant area looking deal, there's none of that here. This is a completely open room. It snakes around to the middle to a rather large and elaborate throne. It is decorated in mostly gold with some green jewelry, some emeralds, and so, like in forms of like pendants and inlaid into goblets and stuff like that. That all kind of coalesce into this gigantic throne just sitting in the middle of this particular floor. And there's really nothing else descript about this room. There are no windows. Levi is incredibly fucking loud. Jesus Christ, he has lungs.
Yeah, he's angry at you.
Mm-hmm.
He's on the other side of the apartment right now, so if you can hear him just fine, like, holy shit.
Yes.
Oh yeah, he is
He
going.
wants your attention. He's been going on for a while.
He's fucking ridiculous.
I thought it was Anu.
No, he's passed out right here. Oh my god. Anyway, I apologize. But so yeah, there are no windows in this room. The other than the red carpet, the floors, the ceiling, the walls, all black. Like carbon fiber black, where it feels like slightly gray, but very sleek at the same time.
So the only colors are from the throne, which are like red and gold, and the red carpet.
Correct.
Why is your clown so fucking dramatic?
I just want to point out he made this room red, gold, and green.
I mean, the doors are green.
He said there was emeralds in the throne.
Also that too.
Oh.
And actually,
Come.
If you wanted it. Right.
John,
Mm-hmm.
there is somebody sitting on the throne. Also, Corin, there is somebody sitting on the throne.
Is it La Rosa?
The rest of you, there is nobody sitting on the throne. Except for Solon, there is somebody sitting on the throne.
Would Rachel also see? Since she had heightened senses?
Yes, but I don't need to tell her that because I am Rachel.
No, I just want to confirm which people can see.
Yes.
So it's half our party. Well, sort of.
Yeah, a little bit more than half. Either way.
Is it Baron La Rosa? Because I've seen her.
It is a feminine figure that is sitting on the throne. You'll have to get closer.
Okay, I'll follow the path.
Smart move. As you continue down the path, it's winding, it's bullshit, it's very fucking long, it's incredibly fucking theatric, and yes, you fucking hate it. But as you proceed, around the winding path that goes through the entirety of this gigantic fucking room up to the base, the image of the person who is sitting on the throne becomes clear. It is not until the rest of the party, who couldn't initially tell that there's somebody there, gets to the foot of the throne that they can actually see that anybody is actually sitting there. The person sitting on the throne, before I get to that, is anybody going to be a devious little shit and step off of the path?
Well,
Oh boy.
Like me.
what I was going to say, I guess I was muted, but as soon as I probably would have seen that there would be someone sitting on the throne, I probably would have tried to. I would have tried to get up close to it, but I don't think that my character would have paid any attention to the ground.
Okay.
In all honesty.
So, point one is the thread that you've been following, the wire, the light.
Yeah.
All coalesces at this throne.
And does the threads follow the path or not?
The thread do not follow the path. It comes up from the ground and then sticks right into the throne.
Well, I guess before being a little shit, I would make my presence known again by as soon as everyone would try to move, I would probably grab them on their shoulders. Oh, that's the Spider Queen. We must pay her proper homage or the spiders will kill us. I'd be saying that to everyone who would be wanting to be moving forward.
Okay. How does everybody who wants to move forward react to this?
What did he say? The Spider Queen, we must pay her, or else what?
The Spider Queen, that is the Spider Queen. Don't you see the threads all connected to one? We must pay homage or she will kill us.
So, did you grab my shoulder?
Whoever probably would be the first two at front, at the front of the party.
That would be me and Corin, I think.
Yep.
My facial expression is the one I posted in the in-character chat. Like, God damn it, where do you... Just follow the path. Just follow the fucking path.
I follow the threads of destiny, and all the threads lead to the throne.
Follow this path. I don't know what will happen if you do not follow this path that we are walking on.
And as she says that, like, I must follow this sight of the unseen, and I would burst out above before everybody and just try to make my way to the throne. And what I would try to do is I would try to come up and like kneel down in homage to the Spider Queen.
I want to clarify something very specific here. Are you at any point stepping off of the red carpet?
If that would be a more direct path, I would leap and bound and try to get to it. Yes, I guess.
Okay, so are you leaping and bounding from red carpet to red carpet?
If that's possible, yes.
Okay.
Yes, I would.
Are you gonna make
I
what?
need you to make an athletics dexterity check.
Okay. Oh God. Here we go.
2 successes.
Not bad, not bad. Do it again.
Oh no.
I just imagine Aspire mixed with Animaniacs at this point.
Oh,
Oh, look at you, Mr. Fancy Toes over here, hopping and skipping and jumping in one more time.
this is a horrible sight for the rest of us. 'Cause everything's just out. Oh, fuck.
Like Bestial Failure 2.
Is it? Did you click it?
Do I need to do it one more time? I did it
Yeah.
twice
Did it
already.
twice.
One
Third
more.
time? Okay, third one coming.
He has no hunger, so he can't get a bestial failure.
Ah.
One success.
Oh, see, this last one is when he decides to use his Flappy Bits as a helicopter.
No.
You slide to a stop. Your toes are at the edge, and that's all that's keeping you from teetering over onto the black, inky darkness of the regular floor, aside from the carpet. But you made it. You teeter slowly back to your heels, and you are allowed to drop down and kneel in all your naked glory.
This is not like a kneel. This is like a full-on, we're not worthy prostrating.
Like Pain and Panic. We are worms. Hercules, if
So yeah, I'll make it up there and I'll just say, "Oh, Queen of the Threads, we are come to defeat thee."
All right. Anybody else gonna be a devious little shit? Somebody want to tempt fate?
Kinda.
Well,
How wide is the carpet?
3 feet.
Okay. So, if in reaction to him bending over there, I were to turn to the side and take a single step and retch, I'd probably step off the carpet.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm doing that.
Okay.
Just that. And then stepping back if I can.
No, you can. It's just a floor. What the hell?
You fucker.
Like it's just a carpet on a fucking floor. What did you expect?
I don't know. Toreadors are dramatic as fuck.
Yeah. Funny that.
like, even half the time, like, he's fucking with us.
It's literally my job.
I'm just gonna get to the fucking room and be like, "Brother, this is the show over. Can we do what we came here to do?"
And that's what we call it for the week.
Like,
Close. What's up, John?
oh, I was just like, I'm just following behind, Corn. As I do.
Okay. So I'm assuming all of you have gathered at the foot of the throne at this point, correct?
I feel like at this point we're behind Solon.
We are.
And
Don't
just looking at him
want
in
to be
disgust.
there right now, and you definitely don't want to be looking from that position either.
Yep. Like,
Oh,
well, we would have walked up behind him. Like, as we followed the path, he would have been in front of us either way.
God, there's probably a broken heroin needle in there.
I'm just like, let me just. I'll move on to the side and be like, "Hello, Baron La Rosa."
So Baron La Rosa reveals herself to you. She looks quite a bit more ornate than the last time you saw her form. She is wearing very long boots that go from the tops of her knees down to a single point where her feet would end. Her dress that she is wearing is a deep crimson color, and it is lined with black lace, much in the way of a spider web. She has a headdress that is gold with inlaid emeralds. I remember what the fuck gemstone that is prevailing in this fucking room is. Emeralds. In it in such a way to make it look as though she has 6 more eyes than she would normally have, and her hair is drawn up. It is a deep and like salt and pepper gray thing that is, I forget the name of the actual fucking hairstyle. I legitimately wrote it down and then accidentally deleted that part of my fucking notes. But it's like a giant bun. I think it's actually called a beehive.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I could have swore there was a different name for it, but whatever. Anyway, basically, she wears her hair in a giant beehive, and it is also kind of like almost like Christmas ornaments. She has little bangles attached in her hair that also are gold and have emeralds in them.
Question.
She is definitely a bit older. I'll get to that in just a second. Otherwise, I'm going to lose my train of thought. She's definitely a bit older, but she's not like she's got wrinkles and lines to her, but nothing that doesn't look unrefined. And she has a mole underneath the right side of her mouth with brown eyes specifically.
The mole has brown eyes?
Yes, the mole itself has brown eyes. Okay, what did you want, Greg?
A second, sneezing.
Curse you.
Oh, I'll get to that.
Okay, I think I have a second. The emeralds, are they emerald cuts or just that like gemstones, or just straight up just green emeralds in different types of cuts? Like maybe a diamond cut.
They are all emerald and they are all different cuts appropriate for the jewelry that they're inlaid in.
Okay. That's what it sounds.
So she starts. Welcome, children. To what do I have the pleasure to entertain such a eclectic group of individuals?
You wanted to speak because I would only set up the meeting because you guys asked me to.
I'll look up at my spider queen.
No.
What? How do you like the tentacles of my head? The lady was trying to hang, but the needle of face. This must be all that cannot be seen.
Larissa just kind of stares at you. She develops a smile, sickeningly sweet. Not evil, but like a mischievous grandmother who may or may not have snuck chocolate laxatives into the cookies that she baked for the local parent-teacher conference.
What kind of grandma do you have?
Yes.
My grandma was a fucking saint, alright? A devious saint, but a fucking saint. There's trying to illustrate that, like, she's definitely devious and scheming, but she's not coming off as intentionally evil or harmful. She reaches forward and opens her hand. Her gloved hand has, much like the boots that she's wearing, have these very long finger extensions. Yes, Anu, I know, it's almost time. Chill the fuck out. They're about 16 inches long off of her finger, so that'd be about 18, 19 inches long total from the palm of her hand. And she reaches down and pokes Solon right in the middle of the forehead. lets it linger there for a second and pulls back. Solon, you feel no pain whatsoever. In fact, if anything, that spot on your forehead starts to spread across your entire forehead and parts of the top of your head, and it just kind of feels warm and comfortable, like a small blanket was placed there.
Oh, nice.
What did you just do?
This one is well devoted, incredibly confusing, and I've dealt with enough headaches in the past couple of days. What with your ward and my niece. So I just needed to get some clear answers.
Were they clear? Because
No, but they're still more clear than previously thought. He experienced a vision of your ward, Grady,
Mhm.
and I find that rather concerning considering his soon promotion.
Yeah.
We'll have to dive into that. I'll have questions for you momentarily. But on that note, it is time.
Yeah.
I was hoping someone would mention about how Grady's hung.
I did not want to. I don't have my notes, so I don't even remember the exact vision. That is currently in the other room that is still drying.
I think he was hung from the Space Needle.
Yeah, I did mention that.
Yes.
In
I'm
my
not
rant.
gonna lie, Solon, or Solus, your mic kind of started muffling as you were doing the entire rant.
Oh.
So it kind of sounded like gibberish to me, which is also in character. So.
Yeah, it was perfect.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. It's been in and out. I don't know how many times. I'm surprised I haven't gone out for the game.
I'm just saying, like it's fit all of your characters that you've played so far, and like the only time it's really ever gonna like not work to your advantage is when you decide to like actually play a proper order, like a public speaker, like maybe a politician or something like that. Like when you decide to do something that requires really well understood, simple to understand, information, then you're fucked. So just continue being a crazy little shit and you're fine.
Will do. Well, you're not gonna
Agreed.
put the stolen up for the next Baron of the area?
You are
Only
a
as a
valid
puppet.
goaded.
I like how like the least physically adept person here is the only one to have a proper body count by snapping Bill Nye's neck.
Okay.
I don't know. I might be less physically adept.
That's possible. All right.
Go feed the
Go.
fur babies.
Yeah, I'm going to.
They're angry.
Less angry, more vulture.
You gotta make them wait a couple minutes after you're actually available so that they know their place.
Exactly. So, again, as always, thank you guys very much for coming. I apologize for the completely out of control interruption that we had at the beginning. Thank you for your patience on that
Oh
matter.
yeah, no problem.
I hope you guys enjoyed today's session and are looking forward to the next one. However, we will need to talk about just real quick about everybody's schedule because if I remember correctly, Best, you're already going to be on the cruise by the time we're on the next session, right? Or when the next date would be?
No. The week after that is when I do it. Someone else had something
It's
that week.
me
Okay.
and Chris that are both gonna be out.
Okay, for the 23rd?
Yeah.
Alright, I think I might just straight up skip that one and go to the 7th, because I think the 7th was only going to be best out, correct?
I will be out, that is correct.
Will you be back for the 21st?
No.
I know I won't be there for the 21st either.
Right, that's right. Okay, so we might do the 7th and we might skip the 21st. So right now we'll just plan on doing the 7th, just for the sake of keeping things consistent, because I do want to have a certain amount of people actually attending.
Yeah.
Also, because I might also be busy on the 23rd. I'm not 100% sure quite yet. So it's probably better we just plan that we're going to be skipping the 23rd.
All right.
So I'll set an event for the 7th. And does anybody else have any other scheduling conflicts with the dates of the 23rd, the 7th, or the 7th and the 21st?
As far as I'm aware of right now, I don't have any conflicts, but I don't know if Mimosas will add an additional day.
Okay.
But I will let you know, as always, if something comes up with work.
Yeah. Apparently Levi has stopped bitching and has decided to snuggle with Elle.
He was very
Alright.
loud.
Yeah.
Dude, that little motherfucker has lungs.
I was worried about your, not about us, but god dang, your neighbors.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they're pretty fucking loud too. Anyway. Alright, if there's anything other than that for scheduling, let me know. We'll get it figured out.
Yeah.
Otherwise, thank you very much. I hope you're enjoying yourselves. I'm gonna go feed the cats, and I'll catch you guys all later.
Bye.
I'll have a good
Later.
one.
Hey. Alright.
So I will be scarred by the fucking image of Solon in that spider dress.
Fully prostrated.
Will it be that or the helicopter moment?
Just,
Like, which flappy bits are you using for
I
the
had
helicopter?
Heinz Fesses on as well, so I'm just like, fuck me.
I see all of this.
4K.
So on 4K was just like, I'm done. Okay, I'm just ready to like get me out of here. Just do this meeting and get me out. But see you later, guys. I'm gonna see if the carpets are dry so that I can start moving everything and then I can start getting ready for bed because I have work tomorrow.
Fun.
Hey, y'all,
Enjoy.
yeah.
Bye.
I am gonna do an outro and get some food.
Okay.
Haven't
I'm
eaten yet.
gonna move to the other channel.
Alright. So, as I said, I'm going to do an outro. I haven't eaten yet since I woke up at noon, which doesn't sound bad, but yeah, it was a decent 6-hour sleep, so I'll be up my usual 5 hours sleep. I'll be up my usual time. So, for those of you here, if you don't know, around midnight to 1 a.m. my time, which is mountain time, so in about 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. In about 4 hours, I'll be playing Zero Escape. It's not Virtue Class Reward, we just did that one. Zero Escape, Zero Time Dilemma, which is the third one. But before that, I'm going to get some food, and most likely going to hop on PSO2 because I want to try and get as much time into that event that I can to get a good weapon. that apparently is God tier for right now. But yeah, the most that will be is probably 12 hours, and if Shar and other people come back, we'll be probably playing DBD until that point. So if that's what you want to watch, again, I'll be back fairly soon. And if you want to watch Zero Time Dilemma, come back around midnight to 1 a.m. is when I'll be starting that, and it'll be the first episode. So let me do my whole usual end spiel. Is thank you guys so much for watching, lurking, all that good stuff. If you want to catch me live, I do normally stream every day except for Tuesdays and Thursdays around 8 to 10 p.m. Mountain Time to start, and go to roughly around 4 a.m. except for Saturdays, which I start at 5 p.m. I need to work that in somehow. But yeah. And the main games we're playing right now is kind of PSO2 with Atelier. I wanted to say Verona, not Verona. It's the other R1. Ryza. Atelier Ryza 2. For the weekday games, and on the weekends is usually Zero Escape, Zero Time Dilemma. So starting at midnight to 1 a.m. for those ones. But again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I do hope to see you all later. And if you're interested in tabletop games, we try to do it every Saturday unless there's a scheduling conflict. So, but it sounds like that won't be an issue until week after next, and things are going to go crazy. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you all later. Bye bye.